Let's celebrate singlehood. How you guys doing? My name is Noel. Here being Verbal on Life, celebrating singlehood. I am the luckiest man alive that finally got divorced and I get to be single. Something that doesn't get expressed enough over the internet or anywhere. I never heard anybody celebrating singlehood. I saw a video that after you're 4 years old, if you're single, then stay single. A girl needs to convince you to get with her as opposed to the other way around. And I completely agree with that. Now, in this video, I want to talk about Akaash Singh. That man decided to wait till he's 31 to give it up to a girl that's a bottom dweller. And it's like, what do you mean a bottom dweller? This girl, it just celebrating that she hit the lotto with Akaash Singh. Let's take a look at MTR's reaction to his wife, Akaash Singh's wife, deleting all the videos where she says it all, speaks or celebrate the fact that she was cheating on this man, on sleeping with a whole bunch of guys. And now with everything that's happening, I'm just shocked. You know what? I kind of love watching those videos because it puts the truth out in 4K. We get to see, like men get to see the truth. How if they don't value themselves and put a little bit of respect on their name, this is what happened. And you know what? I got the right to talk about it because I got divorced. And all I said was, good luck with life. Good luck with that. Keep it moving. And it's the best time to celebrate now that I'm divorced. Let anybody like do some mental gymnastics and talk about it like, oh, he's depressed. No, I'm living my best life. Let's take a look at this video because, oh God. Shout out to MTR. This is a very good video. I'll leave a link at the bottom. Let's go.
So do me a favor to all my brown girls who are starting college. You actually don't have to date the first guy that gives you attention. And believe me, I know I'm speaking from experience because I was super sheltered in high school. When I got to college, I was like, oh my God, it's like open season. And like all these guys are like starting to give me attention and like everyone's being so social. And literally like the first guy I met on the first day I moved in, I ended up dating him on and off for a year.
By the way, remember in the last video where we talked about Akaash's recent stand-up where he was ardently defending his wife? Well, in that clip, he mentioned that he never told this story before. Well, he lied. Another day.
And shout out to the internet. The internet is undefeated. If you lie on the internet, it comes back to bite you in the butt. Now, it's crazy seeing Akaash always talking tough when he's online with the Flagrant podcast. He's always talking tough on how he's tough with his woman, and he don't play that. He got how he gets all the respect from his wife, and then this comes out, exposing the truth that this man is a pushover, a super duper simp, beta male, whatever you want to call it. And the point is, he needs to respect himself and put some respect on his name. He forgets that he's king. He's bringing in the money. Instead, this girl is just, oh man, it's an old story that I think everybody has heard before, but now we get to see it in 4K.
Another Akaash Singh video. Guys, hopefully you had a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend, eating fantastic food, enjoying it with friends and family, as did I. But it's time to get back up into this work, diving deeper into the mindset of a simp to prevent future generations of men from experiencing what Akaash Singh has been experiencing. Now, the major updates that we have today revolve around how Akaash Singh's wife continues to upload humiliating content, but now she's beginning to delete them, but just as quick as her.
In any way, this is another problem that Akaash Singh's built an empire. Once you're making millions, Like you hit it, you did it, you figured out how to make millions, and now his wife is destroying his empire, just breaking apart everything he got, as if his goal was to get that his wife, as opposed to getting that money. So crazy how she could just destroy it all, instead of him being a man and just taking his money and saying, "Have a good one, there, lady," and moving on. Because with that type of money, making millions, man, he gotta let it go.
Upload finger is as quick as my download finger. So we have the tapes. But before we get active on that, and indulge me for a little bit here, all right? Because I was thinking over the weekend why so many people are captivated by this particular story. And we can all agree, at least on the outside of this, it's entertaining to watch how utterly reckless this.
But I want to say this much: I'm personally captivated by this story because it's a story that we have heard rumored around town, and we see men that are going through this, and everybody just says, "Well, he got to put up with her so he won't be alone, so he won't be single, so he will have somebody to share life with." And that is just the wrong rhetoric to be put out there. This goes to show that it's 100% better to be single than to be with a maniac that's just going to destroy all the work you've put in, like damaging his reputation, his name, his identity. That's his temple. And to have a young lady not care, this is what's captivating to me. The fact that this is the young lady that the red pill have been talking about, that we all know is a problem, but finally we get to see it in 4K. No more rumors. This is how bad it is for a lot of men out there who just will not let their woman go, who just won't let their partner go, and just move forward in life. Put some respect on your name and move forward. So let's see how far some men, in this instance, Akaash Singh, puts up with. And then when he goes on television, on his media show, he smiles like ain't nothing wrong. Eat shits all day and then eat shits at home.
Young demon spawn of a woman is, I think if you dive a little bit deeper, I figured some things out here, right? The videos give a cross section into the importance of understanding human behavior, and not only understanding just how women behave, but how also men behave, but also in understanding that, hey, you can get brainwashed, you can get tricked into thinking that you are unworthy. And apparently, some of this was tricking done by a therapist, in my honest assessment.
And that's another problem. How women help each other to destroy other men. Like, not a single woman told Akaash Singh's wife, "Young lady, maybe you should take it easy. Maybe you should be a little bit happy that you hit the lotto with this man. Maybe don't push so hard. You know, and that's another thing that we see. Other single women telling married women, fuck that nigga. You don't need him. Get rid of him. Yeah, take all his money and leave him in the dirt." Like, that's crazy. So at the end of the day, is other single women wanting to see more single friends or more single women, destroying the castles that men built. Jesus, this is an amazing story.
But men who establish deep progress within life and are men of value, right, in the marketplace, that means that you are on the A side of the equation. You now have the choice. You have the pick of the litter. You now can move the chess pieces. And watching somebody who is on the A side effectively or ineffectively choose one of the worst options a
Like, one of the wrong things that a guy could do is pick a woman and say that my goal is to get this individual. You hear that a lot. And that's the worst thing you could say. That this girl is my life goal. And so throw everything but the kitchen sink at that goal. Do everything on the hand to get her. Like that's the wrong goal to have. So Akash Singh seems to be doing that, letting her do and say anything she wants, and just saying, "Hey, she's my girl. At least she's with me." Even though he's going through hell, you know.
Man can pick is a spectacle. Investing into the right woman may be one of your smartest life investments. And when I say life investments, I'm not just talking about monetary, all right? Because bump the stock market or real estate, there's rich people that absolutely hate their lives, right? More money, more problems. But if you invest into the right person that you wake up next to each and every day, that can make or break your overall happiness with things.
Because not only do you need financial health, right? Or you need to be financially healthy, but you also need emotional health. There's a strong possibility that Akash Singh is going to end up all tired, destroyed, trying to make it through life with a maniac wife that is just running through his money, maybe seeing other men. Because I'm pretty sure she is cheating on him with alpha males or other men that don't care. So he got to put up with that. Like all the men that I know, similar to Akash, they got to deal with their wife cheating or a guy coming in and running through their wife. That's like worst case scenario. And that's why I always say, men, nobody really belongs to you. You can only do but so much to convince a girl to be by your side. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Especially by the time you hit 40. If you couldn't seal the deal on any girl, keep it moving. That's it. A girl needs to go out there and try to win you over. But you're done chasing. You got your money. Like, for example, I'm 46. And right now, you know what? I'm switching my goals. I could care less about getting a companion, right? And we just work on getting $1 million. May not make it, but maybe I will, especially with this YouTube channel. If you like the content so far, hit the thumbs up. But this is what I'm going to do. Wherever it lands. But I'm going to put in the work. And now that I'm not stressed or thinking about my ex-wife, let's go.
In your life. And if you choose incorrectly, that is a hypersonic speed train to unhappiness. When you are the A side, but your life is structured like you are the B side to your wife's own brand of bullshit, Akash is what it looks like. And no matter how hard that you've built all this up, how many years that it took you to get there, how many sleepless nights, how much you grinded, your resources, your reputation, and your reality get thrown to the.
And you know what? Shout out to Akaash Singh for showing us the bad side, for showing us how horrible this life is. We all can see the misery that this man is going through and the strength that he's building to keep his sanity and not lose his mind. So shout out to Akaash Singh for taking the hit for everybody, for taking the hit for humanity and putting it out in 4K. Oh, man, I can't wait to see the soap opera where it ends. He's going to go on Flagrant soon on his podcast. I'm going to see what excuse he puts out there because I think we could predict it. At the end of the video, I'll give him my opinion, but he's going to defend his side. But let's see.
Wolves so that she can chase relatability and views. Well, anyway, the damage control has officially begun, and it appears as that Akaash is finally standing up for himself and probably taking her damn phone away and deleting stuff off of the internet. Let's go over those tapes without further ado. In this now deleted video, she's giving college-age women relationship advice.
So, do me a favor to all my brown girls who are starting college. You actually don't have to date the first guy that gives you attention. And believe me, I know I'm speaking from experience because I was super sheltered in high school, didn't really date, was a late bloomer. So, when I got to high school, I was like, when I got to college, I was like, oh my God, it's like open season. And like all these guys are like starting to give me attention and like everyone's being so social. And literally like the first guy I met on the first day I moved in, I ended up dating him on and off for a year. Why? You don't have to settle for someone's crusty, dusty son. Like settle in, get your friend group going, see like where you kind of vibe. And then maybe like
you hear her giving advice, and it goes to show lonely people, and she's emotionally lonely. Yeah, she's married, but emotionally she is lonely. Like she's still looking for that alpha male to catch wreck on her. So what is she doing? Lonely people likes other lonely people. So she's giving out advice so that other women could be as miserable as her and destroy the beta male, the beta simp that has all the money. The guy who came up with a plan that worked and made millions off of it. Because that's all Akash is. A guy who just came up with a plan to make millions, and he's enjoying the fruits of his labor. Well, he's not enjoying it. She is.
Wait for the third guy, or
Wait
like
for
the
the
fifth
third.
guy that gives you attention,
That gives
and
you
then
attention?
like maybe you can like go for that. Because I think like especially brown girls who grow up really sheltered,
Yes.
it's just like so fun to be in this new environment, to be without your parents, to be like living in dorms and like co-ed situations. And I get the excitement, but don't settle. Like learn more about yourself before you kind of just like lock yourself down in a situation with a relationship that like probably like won't last that long anyways, because it's usually just like puppy love. And
Quick emergency meeting. I was recently searching for my name on.
All right, let me pause it. But like I said, miserable people or these type of women enjoy giving advice to happily engaged or married women to date around, sleep around, let loose.
First invitation to seriously date somebody. Quantifying when you should by the third to the fifth person is just makes no damn sense. As if the third to fifth guy is going to be a better option than the first guy. Like, what are you talking? Like, is there not any requirements that you can teach them to look out for to identify the characteristics of a guy who is trying to seriously date? Like, can you not do that? Oh, that's right. You were too busy popping that punani flapjack in white boy frat houses.
all that stuff. But I'm saying that with the best of intentions. It's going to be like so much fun. I feel like I had so many fun memories in college. So yeah.
That's crazy.
And she shares them fun college times with us all, including waking up multiple times with a sore anus.
Wait, okay, I have two butthole stories. So one time I met this guy on Tinder. I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over. I like woke up in the morning and like my asshole was a little sore.
Also, all my G's out there.
Like, ultimately, that's a story that shouldn't even share with anybody. You take that to the grave with you. But no, she's not taking that to the grave. She's putting it out there with no respect.
When you're dating these young women, always acknowledge, right? Like, always pay attention to the way that they talk about men. If they talk about prior men within their lives as crusty dusty, these are the women that have a low barometer hate for men. They don't honor or appreciate what a man is, and at times of conflict within relationship, that's their default. But anyway, it's clear in watching this clip why Akaash doesn't want her to post anything else on the internet, and more than likely promptly instructed her to please, baby, please take it down, because any content that she uploads from here on out that have to do with relationships is going to get scrutinized. By the way, remember in the last video where we talked about Akaash's recent stand-up where he was ardently defending his wife?
And then she laid with her head on my chest and her arm around me the entire night. And
that sounds like he saw one of those lovey-dovey movies, and he put himself in that movie, that his wife got her head on his chest and gives him a hug and tells him that everything is going to be okay. Jesus, the mental gymnastics that this man got to live just to get through the day.
I remember thinking in that moment, this is why I haven't shared this with her, because I remember thinking, I don't know if I'm going to be able to marry this girl because I'm so broken. I'm in such a bad place. And it's a dark fucking time in my life.
And by the way, he comes from money. You know what happens when you come from money, right? You try and try, but not worry. There's a house for you, right? Your parents got money. There's a place for you to go back to, you know? And he, look at him pursuing liberal arts, an acting career, doing comedy. His parents are giving him everything, allow him to do whatever he wants. So all this scared that what he's gonna do. Well, oh my God, don't believe it. It's a lie.
But I know I will never find a girl that loves me this much ever again. And I will never find a girl who rides for me this hard ever again.
Well, in that clip, he mentioned that he never told this story before.
So I'm going to tell one story that I
And by the way, she hit the lotto. In multiple financially and with a sucker slave, because now Akash is a slave for her. So in both of those, she hit the lotto.
never even told her, honestly, she has no idea of this story.
Well, he lied. Earlier this year, they did content from their Manhattan high-rise.
And you know what's crazy? When you hit the lotto with the slave, that's it. She doesn't worry financially. And she doesn't have to worry about finding a man. Because she could. It's crazy that she could do that. Go find a man and just say, hey, close the door. I'm busy. That is the sad life this man got to live. That even if she cheats, I'll bet you, he got to suck it in. He can't be mad. Just don't talk about it. That's probably what I should tell him. Shut up. Anyway, let's celebrate being single. My name is Noel. Here at Verbal on Life, celebrate my singlehood. And no more worries about a young lady coming into my life and destroying my day, my health, my mental health. So if you're watching this video, give it a thumbs up and let's celebrate singlehood. Akaash Singh, his wife is going to continue to make videos and letting us know how bad it is to have a monster, a bottom dweller as your wife, just trying to get money. But it is what it is. With that said, see you in the next video. Peace.